Hey everyone, it's Kenton Becker with American Pacific Mortgage. I'm here with a tip for you that is kind of an important tip. This tip that I want to talk about actually has to do with a subject called wire fraud. Now, we are seeing this on the rise in today's real estate market. If you don't know what wire fraud is, it's essentially when somebody who shouldn't have your information does. Somebody sends you an email acting like they're your escrow or title company. They have all the details about your transaction and they send you an email to say, here is your closing amount, now wire the money to this account. You're thinking it's the escrow title company, so you go ahead, call your bank, set up your wire and wire the money off. What you didn't realize is you were wiring the money off to another country somewhere out there, and that money is gone. So here's what I did. I reached out to some of my top escrow and title agents that I work with, and I asked them, what's the number one thing that you would tell a buyer to protect themselves from wire fraud? So here's what they told me. Contact the title company via phone and make sure that it's actually their number and their instructions. This was probably the number one thing that I heard from the escrow and title contacts that got back to me. Verify the information you receive in an email. Not trust the email just because it has a logo or people's information on it that you might even recognize. Call the title company directly. Verify that they are who they say they are. Here's another one that I heard a lot. Do not accept any instructions from anyone at all unless you are physically given a hard copy or went through the escrow company's secure website. This is referring to documents, sending documents back and forth. Only work with the title and escrow company if you're sure it's them because you've been physically given that information, or if you went through, each escrow company has a secure website that they go through for transferring documents back and forth. So only deal with information through that source. A couple title and escrow companies got back to me and said that as a company policy, they will no longer call, email, or text a buyer or seller any wire instructions. So they will only provide wire instructions in person, and that typically would happen at the signing appointment. I also had a couple escrow companies send me a little kind of form, and I'll actually put this up on the screen. It's 8 different red flags that you can look for when it comes to wire fraud. Now I'm gonna go through them really quick. You can stop the video if you wanna take down notes. Red flag number 1, using email to change the wiring instructions. Do not accept that. That's more than likely a red flag and could be a problem. Number 2, many emails sent minutes apart to create a sense of urgency. Number 3, refusing or making excuses about discussing business transactions by phone. Number 4, poor grammar or misspelled words. Hey, let's face it, hackers, sometimes they're not the brightest when it comes to this kind of stuff, and especially legal transactions. So at the end of the day, they may have bad grammar and misspelled words, so that's a red flag. Number 5 is requests to keep the transaction confidential. Number 6 is a suspicious looking email addresses or domains. Number 7 is suspicious patterns. Example is a fake realtor calls to request information and then emails new instructions for wiring the seller's proceeds. All of a sudden you get a call out of the blue and it just something doesn't seem right, or they're asking you to make a change. That's a red flag. And the final one, number 8, is the name on the account doesn't agree with the name in the file. If you're seeing something that comes over and you see that, oh, the escrow company looks a little different, maybe it's worded differently, or the name of the escrow agent is worded a little differently. Okay, that's a warning sign. Again, thank you to my escrow and title teams that I reached out to give me some of these tips. And it seemed pretty universal. When I reached out, I wasn't sure if I was gonna get a bunch of different answers, but really at the end of the day, pretty much the top 3 I gave you was the routine suggestions that they wanted me to let you know. And always verify with your realtor, with your loan officer, with your escrow agent over the phone, and never trust any email that comes over saying instructions on what to do. Thanks for joining me on the tip. Hopefully it's helpful to you with your purchase transaction. I'm here at the office, it's pretty late. We just finished a homebuyer education class. Watch that last video about, or a couple videos ago, about what is down payment assistance, because we're doing these virtual homebuyer education classes and they're awesome. A lot of clients are learning information about the home buying process, having a lot of fun doing it, and then they get their certificate where they can purchase a home using down payment assistance. So it's a really cool thing. You don't even have to come and attend a class. You can do it from the comfort of your own couch. They're free. So hey, we'll have information below on how you can register for some upcoming events if you're interested in buying a house. So again, thanks for joining me. Have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.